Hey guys, today's video is going to be about transitioning from eBay to Poshmark if you are looking to add another stream of income or if you are looking to switch platforms. I have been selling on Poshmark for 4 years and I would like to offer assistance to people who are interested in selling on Poshmark. I do encourage you to go and join my Facebook group, Posh Boss HQ. I will link that down below in the description box. In the description box, you will also find some helpful links, helpful information, my blog, my Instagram. So make sure that you go click on the description and read everything that's down below. So I hope you enjoy this video. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Sydney. I am a Poshmark seller. I've been selling on Poshmark since 2014, a little over 4 years. I started my selling journey on Poshmark very early on, and I have been completely happy with it. I've made thousands of dollars on Poshmark, and I wanted to make this video for you guys today to kind of help those of you who are trying to transition from eBay to Poshmark. I've been seeing a lot of this and I've been getting a lot of questions on Facebook, on my Instagram, and messages from people who are on eBay and they are not completely happy with the way eBay is going and they are trying to transition over to Poshmark, and this video is for you. So, or if you're new to Poshmark, this could help you too. But for those of you who are coming over from eBay, I want to help you to get started in your Poshmark process. So the first thing that you need to do is to create a Poshmark account. I get questions from people and they haven't even downloaded the app. The app is completely free, no cost to download it. It's also a shopping app, so why not have it? So download the app. Use my referral code, which is SYDNEYELLE. That is important because to become a Poshmark Ambassador, which is basically having your closet certified by Poshmark that you are compliant, that you are a good seller, that you are reputable, it will also get you a ton of followers. Use my referral code. It will give you $5 because one of the requirements of becoming a Poshmark Ambassador is that you have to make a purchase and leave a 5-star feedback review for that person. So that will give you $5 to make towards that purchase on Poshmark. I will put my referral code here and I will also put it down in the description box for you guys to use. Anyway, so if you are transitioning from eBay to Poshmark, first you need to know that Poshmark is not eBay. It is a completely different world than eBay. eBay is kind of like a bargain basement yard sale. Poshmark is more, in my opinion, in my experience, there's a little bit higher of an expectation, of a boutique style expectation to Poshmark. Poshmark very much encourages, prettiness. They're like the pretty element to your listings, to your packaging. They very much want their customers to have a positive, more high-end experience than other platforms really encourage. Poshmark is a social app. They very much, encourage, like, this is why you have to share on Poshmark, which, I'll get to in a second. But, I'm not saying you have to, like, style your pictures, like, for Instagram and stuff. But people shopping on Poshmark, I feel like, have grown to expect, a little bit of a step up in terms of your presentation, in terms of your packaging. People on eBay, I feel like, are more, they just want the item, really. So, if you're on eBay and you're just throwing things in poly mailers and sending them, you can still do that, I guess, but Poshmark does not recommend that, and I see tons of people every day getting less than 5-star feedbacks for their packaging because they're not putting any effort into your packaging. It does not take much effort whatsoever to have nice packaging. I'll link some stuff down below for you, like things that I get asked about commonly, but really, like I used to do tissue paper. I kind of stopped doing the tissue paper unless I have to put something in a box. But I started doing like decorative poly mailers. You know, you don't have to take a ton of time to do your pretty packaging for Poshmark, but you do need to make just a little bit more of an effort because people expect that from Poshmark. And then, you know, I get a lot of questions about like sharing and people asking me, oh, it takes so long to share, you know, people coming over from eBay, whereas on eBay you just list it and you have to wait for it to sell. To me, sharing is better because, you know, if you're not having a great sales day, you can go on Poshmark and you can share your listings, share other people's listings, you can share during the parties, you can do price drops. There are so many things on Poshmark that you can proactively do. You can send offers to your likers on Poshmark. You don't have to sit and wait for a potential customer to make an offer to you. You can send an offer to them. Poshmark very much has made this like kind of a two-way road between the customer and the seller, which eBay has not done. So, you know, if you're worried about the sharing, I tell people don't worry about the sharing. I can share, you know, I try to go into the party at night and share 200 listings on my iPad, which I can do in under 20 minutes. It really does not take much time at all to share on Poshmark. People make it out like it's this huge thing and like you have to hire people to share your closet. You absolutely do not have to hire people to share your closet. You do not have to put a ton of time into it. You do have to be active in the app, but I'm talking like, you know, 5 to 10 minutes throughout the day. If you're sitting in the waiting room, if you're watching TV, if you're, you know, if you have a second in the car at the drive-thru, like, don't do it while you're driving, but share on Poshmark. Like, you can always go in and share your listings and share other people's listings whenever you have a spare second throughout the day. It does not take as much time as people are making it out to be. The listing process on Poshmark is much, much shorter than it is on eBay. So that will save you a ton of time. It takes me so long to list things on eBay through their app, like because I'm used to Poshmark. The listing process is just 1,000 times easier. And then also, once your item actually sells, you don't have to go weigh anything. You don't have to do anything. They just email you the label, you print it out, and you send it. You don't have to weigh anything. And that saves me a ton of time. When I can just go through my email and print out my labels and be done. Like, that has saved me so much time since I've started. I have recently started putting, you know, 80, 90% of my focus into Poshmark because eBay takes so much time and so much money. That's another thing that I hear is a common complaint, is the commission. And Poshmark, yes, they take a 20% commission, which people think is super high, but it's really not for what they offer. And it's also not high if you factor in every single thing that you have to pay for on eBay. Like, eBay's commission is 10%. Yes, that's less than Poshmark. But on eBay, you also have to pay for your store subscription. You have to pay seller fees. You have to pay PayPal fees. You have to pay promoted listing fees. You have to do basically free shipping or your listings don't show up in the search results. So when you factor in all of these things and then how much time it takes to do eBay, Poshmark to me is way more worth the 20% than all of these fees that eBay does. Also, Poshmark takes the 20% up front from your sale. They don't charge you to list anything. They take it from your sale. You never see it. You're not going to get a bill at the end of the month, like on eBay. Like that, and I'm aware that you can go in to PayPal and like manually make payments to eBay. That's just another step in my day that I have to stop and take time to do while I'm trying to do other things. I don't want to have to, you know, go in every week and pay my eBay bill. Why can't they just take it out of my sales automatically? Because Poshmark is taking it out automatically. And eBay is a much larger company than Poshmark. So I feel like they could definitely do things to really automate the process that they are not doing. So Poshmark takes their 20% commission, and they take it directly out of your sale. You never see it. You just get your money. And then you can direct deposit your money. Yes, you have to wait for the buyer to receive the item and accept the item. However, Poshmark does not do returns for buyer's remorse. Like, they're not going to get the item and be like, oh, I just don't like it, or oh, it just doesn't fit, and Poshmark will not let them return it because of that. Whereas eBay wants you to do returns, 60-day returns, which gives the person 60 days to wear an already used piece of clothing. Like, if you're a used clothing seller and eBay wants you to give 60-day returns on a used item, an item that's already used anyway, that makes no sense. If you go into a consignment store or like a Plato's Closet or, you know, something like that, if you buy clearance items from Plato's Closet, they are final sale. You cannot return them. If you go into a consignment store, final sale, no returns. Some of them might do store credit, but I've never seen a consignment store selling used items that accepts returns, because it is such a hassle and it makes no sense that the item is already used and that the person is able to return it, especially after 60 days. Makes no sense whatsoever. So Poshmark does not support returns for buyer's remorse. Poshmark lets the buyer return something to you. You have done something wrong on your end. You have made a mistake somewhere. I have seen people, you know, not include something in the listing, not include flaws. If it's a genuine item not as described case, the buyer can return it. Obviously, mistakes happen. We're all human. We all miss things. I have also seen Poshmark allow returns for people being rude to their customers in the case. You know, if somebody opens a case, you can go in and submit pictures and comment on it. If you go into that case and you are rude to the customer, yes, Poshmark is going to let the customer return it because you are being rude to them. So you cannot get personal in the cases, and, you know, you can't say mean things to your customers. Anyway, that's kind of a tangent. That's kind of a separate video in itself. So I'll make another video about that. But to me, like, the pros and cons of Poshmark, the pros much more outweigh the cons of Poshmark. I do have a 3-part series where I've compared Poshmark, eBay, and MERCARI. I will link those 3 videos down below if you're interested in hearing my opinions on all of those. But, you know, if you want to transition from eBay to Poshmark, you know, just focus on, like, first you want to get to 10 listings. You need at least 10 listings in your closet. I always tell new people who are new to Poshmark, list jeans and shoes. That will give you a ton of different brands in your closet. That's something you need to focus on, is getting as many different brands in your closet as you can. But list jeans and shoes. That is a perfect starting point for you if you are trying to transition your inventory from eBay to Poshmark. Those are things that people buy, you know, all year round, every day. They're not really seasonal. I've sold several pairs of jeans this summer when it's 100 degrees outside. People just prefer to wear jeans. So, you know, that is my tip for you in terms of listing, to get started listing. List your jeans and shoes, anything higher end that you have. You know, if you are hesitant about transitioning from eBay to Poshmark, like, why not? Poshmark is completely free to list your stuff on. They don't charge you to list anything. Try it out. You know, there's money to be made on Poshmark. If you already have the inventory, if you're already a seller and you already have inventory, list it on Poshmark and see what happens. You know, you will never know until you try. So, you know, don't hesitate to get started, because the longer you wait to get started, that's money lost, in my opinion. Like, that's money lost on a platform that isn't charging you anything to get started on it. There is zero cost to get started on Poshmark. Yes, they take commissions out of your sales. If you try to go and take stuff to a consignment store or anywhere like that, those people are going to take a commission too, guys. Like, probably a higher commission. So, you know, don't worry about the commission. Don't worry about the sharing. Just, you know, stop looking at all of these things that keep you from getting started and just start. Like, put them out of your mind and just list 10 items. That is my advice to you today, is to, you know, after this video, go pick 10 of your items that you have that you want to transition over to Poshmark and cross-post them and list them and just get started, because you'll never know what money you can make until you start. So I hope that this video helps somebody who is trying. You know, I know a lot of people are unhappy with eBay right now, and I hope this will help you. You are more than welcome to join my Poshmark group. I will link that down below. It's a Facebook group that I have on Poshmark. It is, you know, a great community for learning about Poshmark, for asking questions. I'm constantly in the group answering questions. I'm happy to answer your questions in the group, in the comments below. I love teaching people about Poshmark. So, you know, if this video was helpful for you, give it a thumbs up. And make sure you subscribe to my channel, because I post weekly Poshmark videos, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks so much. Bye.